Let's go. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, yeah, everybody now. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, yeah, everybody now. Let's go. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, yeah, everybody now. Can we mix? Everybody. Yeah, yeah, everybody now. Let's go. Yeah, we living in the now. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, my name is Gerard. Thank y'all so much. Alright, you got a nice crowd here. Thursday Night Live. Word is coming out. I like you guys. Okay, we got a great show for y'all. This first guy, I met this guy about a couple months ago, and every time I see him, he is never in his home city. He's always doing jokes somewhere else. Very funny. Give it up from Bakersfield. Give it up for Mr. Brandon Burke. Let him know.
Before I get started, I just got to know, is Pasadena ready for like just a little country humor?
What?
Is that all right? You gonna hoot and holler a little bit for me? Yeah? All right. I'm sure you guys already figured it out from the way I'm dressed, from the way I talk. I'm a gay. Well, darling, I know. You look surprised. Now, imagine the surprise when I found out. Shocking. And I'll tell you, it was shocking too from all my family back home, because they called me some horrible words, like faggot and Democrat. I know, cruel. That's right. I loaded up my truck. I typed in California in my GPS. I pushed play on my Hello Dolly revival soundtrack starring Bette Midler. And now I'm a proud resident of Bakersfield, California. Now, Bakersfield is a lot like living in a small town in the Ozarks in the sense that, you know, we got our dollar stores, our Chuck E. Cheese, and our meth. The biggest difference for me, though, is that living in California is that, you know, here you got a lot more ethnics. Is that the right word you use for TV? Ethnics? Yeah. All right, so I met my first Jewish person. Oh, and I have made 2 black friends.
Okay.
Thank you. But I might still be a little racist. And can I tell you maybe a little racist story? Is that all right? Okay. All right. So anyway, I went to Buck Owens Crystal Palace karaoke night. And like one white girl after another got up there and sang like Adele and Taylor Swift and Miranda Lambert. But then this large black lady starts walking up to the stage. And on the screen behind it said, soul hits in the key of A flat. Respect in the style of Aretha Franklin. She got up there, she grabbed that microphone, and that music started, and she was horrible. I know. And I was disappointed because I realized that I was judging her based on the color of her skin and because she was so fat. I mean, I know. I mean, she had to be at least diabetic. And I should be the last person to judge people based on stereotypes because I got screwed on the gay gene. I can't home decorate. I can't make my own clothes. I can't sing and dance. I just like the penis. And I've been having trouble, haven't had a date since I moved to California. So I decided I was going to go to West Hollywood. You know, to try to get gayer. But I'm not crushing it. I think, you know, part of the problem is it's frustrating to flirt with a fella when you sound like you're just about to commit a hate crime. But I know there are options, so I decided I'd join the LA chapter of the LGBTQ. But I failed the entrance exam. Well, I did fine on the written. Passed the physical. I just couldn't make it through the oral. I choked. You know, Oprah says you got to speak your truth, right? Yeah. And the truth is, growing up queer in the country with redneck cousins isn't as delightful as it sounds. I mean, I didn't even know the true meaning of the word gay till I was 13. For us growing up, gay was if you listened to Depeche Mode instead of Billy Idol. Gay was if you wouldn't like take a shot of whiskey, a drag on a cigarette, a punch in the face. Gay was if you had sexual fantasies for Bo Duke instead of Daisy Duke, which I did. Which led me to the other thing that Oprah said, and it's called your aha moment.
Yeah.
So that poster of the Duke boys with the General Lee hanging in my 13-year-old bedroom wall, it's like, aha. Well, there's my truth. You know, I had this fella come up to me after a show, and he says, well, I don't think you're really gay. I think you're just saying that to make jokes. Well, I looked at him in his overly moisturized face. I mean, really, he had like really good skin. And I looked at him, and I said, well, here's my truth. Are you ready for it? I know. There is a screaming queen inside of me just dying to get out. I mean, I want to throw the shade and spill the tea. I want to buy season tickets to Disneyland. I want to wear a child-sized t-shirt and go dancing at the Abbey. I want to lip sync to Winona Judd and play with the soundtrack from Wicked from my F-150. You know, it was so much easier back home to find a date. You know, you just get a fella drunk and then accidentally touch his pecker. Then it turns into a fight or a fun time. And if you're lucky, both. Well, I'm Brandon Burke. I'm from Bakersfield. Thank you very much.
I thought he was just doing gay jokes just for the laugh. I didn't think he was really gay. I just asked. You gotta ask these things. Okay, next performer. I just found out that he lives in my neighborhood, so I'm gonna get a ride home with him.
All right.
Very talented. Give it up for Mr. Brent Taylor.
So, one thing I really like about being a comedian, damn the money. You meet girls at the end, and I thought that was cool till I met this last girl. It was a club. I thought it was dope. She's old as hell. She's like, she not mature, she not grown, she just old. But it's dope and I'm loving it. It's the best I've ever had. See, I'm used to like young girls, and young girls do stupid things. Like when you're on the way to their house, they always want you to buy stuff. Can you buy me some drink? Can you stop and give me some vodka? Can you give me, they be naming the stuff that they want and stuff. No, not this old lady. I went to her house, she was already drunk. Get in here, little boy. Come on in here, little boy. Okay. Hurry up, little boy. Take that stupid hat off. You don't play baseball. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She lived in the hood and she old, so she had like 3 doors I had to close. It was like I go in, I was nervous. Cause I thought I was tough, but I wasn't ready for her. I saw like pictures of her son on the wall. He was big, he played football. She asked me if I wanted a drink. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. You want a drink, little boy? Yeah. I wasn't sure. She gave me a drink that I wasn't ready for. Like, it wasn't like these club drinks or these colorful drinks that I'm used to seeing. She gave me a drink with a first and last name. It was Johnny Walker. It sounded like something my granddaddy drank. You want this or not, little boy? Yeah. And I drunk it fast. I was making faces and stuff. She was like, what's wrong with that? I was like, Joyce, this is a little strong or something. Oh yeah, she really old. Her name Joyce. It ain't Kiara or Jordan or Tiana. It's Joyce. She old. Like one of my mama friends. You want some juice with that, little boy? Yes, ma'am. Yes, I do. I wasn't ready. She walked all the way in the kitchen. She still looked good. She used to cheerlead like 20 years ago. She showed me pictures. She came back. She was like, here, little boy. And I swung it around. I drunk it. I was like, oh, what's this, Joyce? You don't like prune juice? I did something bad. You don't like that? I was like, now the drink was strong, but I got a boo-boo now because of this prune. Like I'm regular and drunk at your house. Your son coming home, ain't he? She was nasty. That's what I really liked, though. So I wasn't ready for it. I told you I'm used to young girls. I'm not used to going in a grown woman bedroom. Her bed is high. My bed ain't like that. I don't have all these stuff. Her bed high with layers. I had to run and like jump. She had like little layers that came down. Man, she played music I ain't never got nasty to before. She played music like bands with an S on the end of it. Like the Miracles, the Whispers, the Isley Brothers. Man, I'm naked, she playing the blues, I'm crying. It's hard. It's hard. She put on a movie, she put on Black Panther, which is a cool movie, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, you got your, okay, DVD quick. All right. So we Netflix and she had Black Panther. It was a great movie. Cool as it was, one thing that I thought was really fly about Black Panther is all black people can talk like this. You can talk like this, she can talk like this, she can talk like this, we all can talk whenever we want. We don't take a class. We don't have to text each other or read. We just turn it on when we want. Y'all didn't know we could do that, huh? We could do that. Trust me, y'all, like, don't sell yourself short. Don't nobody else know you can do that. Do that. I do it. I got pulled over recently. I was scared because I ain't had no insurance. I was nervous. Police came. Hello, sir. Can I see your license and registrations? Officer, what seems to be the problem? I was just Ubering my friends right now. Was I going too fast? It worked. Go to the bar, you see a fine, pretty girl, she's sexy. Forget all that trying to show your money, man, and lift weights. No, that's wasting time. Use your African voice, brother. Hello, my queen, how are you today? Ooh, you are very sexy. She gonna be like, oh my God, girl, I'm really African. She gonna think your thing like this much bigger already. Keep it real. Don't slip up. Keep it real. Like, what part of Africa are you from? I am from West Hollywood, but my dad is from Uganda. Okay, she gonna go with it. She is. She gonna run with it. Don't sell yourself short. These ladies don't trust them all though. I met a lady once in a club, and she took me to her house. And then when we got to her house, she said, I got something to show you. And I was like, oh snap, what's she about to show me? I don't know. And she lifted up her dress. And she had one leg. And she got in the bed and she was like, are you gonna come over here or what? Are you gonna do this? Why are you running around? Where are you going? You just walking back and forth? Take your joggers off. Take your joggers off. Hey, I'm Brent Taylor, man. Thank you so much.
I have an Auntie Joyce, but she's in New York. I don't think it was her. You might have to call. You know some guy named Brent? Have a high bid? No. Anyway, your next performer came all the way from across the seas to be here tonight. She came from Israel. Give it up for Ms. Caroline Langford.
Good evening. How's everyone? Good? Yeah, well, at least you are. Because I've turned 60. Oh, I'm not hearing anyone shout out, you can't be 60.
You
Oh,
can't be
thanks.
60.
Thank you. See, here's the thing. I know I'm 60, okay? But in here, I'm 59.
Yes.
Everyone says to me, don't be so upset. 60 is the new 40. Okay? So I thought, all right, 40 is the new 20, then 20 is the new, oh, I don't know. My little grandson, he looked very upset. What's the matter, darling? I'm turning 5. Where did the time go? Don't worry, sweetie. 5 is the new fetus.
There you go.
You know, at this age, I get young girls coming up to me and they say, "Ah, if I can look as half as good as you when I get to your age, I'm going to be happy." And I think to myself, but you don't look half as good as me now. You know, at this age, the doctors recommend that we do colonoscopies every few years. Well, I do one every week. Oh, yeah. Because it's the only time that I can lay there, have something inserted, and I don't have to fake. Of course, I didn't know that the first time. And there was me, lying there, going, "Yes, yes, more, more." And the doctor's like, "Nurse, quick, more sedation." You know, it's not all doom and gloom at my age, because there are some perks. You discover new talents. Oh, yeah. Just before I discovered that I can sneeze, fart, and wet myself all at the same time. I expect that's what they mean by multitasking. Now, it is true at my age there's less sex. But there is a reason. Because basically we've run out of positions. Now, ladies, I'm going to do you a favour. When you get a chance, get a mirror and look down. And then you will understand the true meaning of gravity. So you can't go on top of him, because he doesn't want to be looking up at a bloodhound, does he?
I said no.
So then she says, "Well, fine then, I'll go on all fours." Not a good idea. Because then your boobs look like zucchinis. So you say, "All right then, I'll go on my back." Still not a good idea. Because then your boobs look like pancakes. I tell you what, at my age, the only position left is the ones with the lights off. Now, we might not have much sex, my husband and I. But I always know when he wants it. "Babe, zucchini pancakes!" Tell me, we got any lesbians here? You lesbian?
No.
You not? No. Well, the fact is, we can talk about them because I think there's something wrong with lesbians. I really do. I mean, never in my whole life has a lesbian hit on me. So they've obviously got a problem, right? I mean, because I want the opportunity to be able to say, "Oh, thank you. I'm flattered, but I'm straight, sorry." You know, the whole thing about homosexuality, I actually think it's just an ego trip. You see, you love yourself so much, you go looking for someone else who's got the same bits as you. Personally, I can't stand myself, so I don't have a problem with my bits. I'm Caroline Langford. Thank you very much.
Right, Thursday night.
Let's go. Yeah. Everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody now. Yeah. Everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody now. Let's go. Yeah. Everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody now. Can we mix? Everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody now. Let's go. Yeah. We living in the now. Yeah. Yeah.
Your next performer came all the way from Australia, from Chicago, Connecticut, and all of them St. Thomas, my hometown right there.
Let's go.
Where is there a black community? Where is it?
I think that there's a
more of a systemic issue with our. I mean, something that's bigger than something that we're gonna fix today.
But we're so busy trying to reconcile with the other and trying to be like the other that we have not properly reconciled with ourselves.
The teardown of me during my campaign and how negative it was, it reminded me that, you know, just campaigning itself is exactly what our African American men are going through on a day-to-day.
We need to take charge. We need to teach our sons to become men.
All right, we're gonna change it up for y'all. We got a little. We're gonna have some music for y'all. Put y'all in the mood. You know. This next performer came all the way from L.A., so you know he came along. Well, hey, that traffic, man. He left 2 days ago to get here on time. Very talented. Give it up for Mr. Ray Renaya. I think I said it. I think I missed it. You can tell him, Ray. Give it up for him, folks.
That song is called Taco Tuesday. Okay. I named it that because I felt like shitting my pants would be a little too on the nose. And I like to be a little bit mysterious. Thank you. You guys smoke weed in here? Where my weed smokers at? Woo! No? No. I guess it's just me. I mean, I think it's, I know we're on TV, but you know, it's California. It's all good. You know, you don't have to hide it anymore. Have you ever gotten so high that Donald Trump starts making sense? Has that ever happened to anybody? It's some shit, man. You're like, you know what it feels like to smoke said joint and then just sit there and be like, yeah, build a wall. Keep the Mexicans out. That'll solve all our problems. Yeah. Hey, as hard as that joke is for you to hear, it hurts me more because I'm Mexican. I don't know, I think it's just really fucking funny, man. All the white people, yeah, build a wall, you know? It's like, dude, did you guys forget that it's your fault that Mexicans exist in the first place? Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but when white people rape, pillage, and plunder their way across an entire continent, or spread Christianity, whatever you want to call that shit, that's how Mexicans are made. Like, that's literally the recipe in the book. And prior to them showing up, I mean, we're fine. We're doing great. You know, watching stars and building pyramids, and cutting each other's hearts out with obsidian daggers, but how else are you supposed to make the crops grow? Yes, my parents are old school Mexican, which is just a really nice way of saying they used to beat the shit out of me. It wasn't all bad though, because my dad, he's a really smart guy, and he gave me great advice growing up. He said, Ray, never ask for anything that you can accomplish yourself. Right? Wise words, and I really took them to heart. And that's why I choke myself out when I masturbate. Yeah, I'm not sure that that's what he meant, but that's how I've chosen to interpret it. So, if God didn't want people to get abortions, he wouldn't have made babies so easy to kill.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know, it's a hard pill to swallow, but think about it. Like, if you want to kill the baby, what do? You drink too much, or you take a pill, problem solved, right? Think about the shit that's hard to do, like splitting atoms, or teleporting, warping the space-time continuum. That shit is hard, right? Like, God is literally guarding those secrets. It's like, no, you monkeys can't have this. You can't even take care of each other or the planet I gave you. Fuck you guys. Like, look, all I'm saying is any problem you can solve with a coat hanger ain't that big a problem. Yeah. Yeah, some of you are looking at me right now like, oh my God, don't you have a soul? No. Yeah, I do believe in spirit animals though. Yeah, like, yeah. I believe my spirit animal is like a used cheeseburger wrapper. Yeah. It's a perfect analogy because there was something good in it at one point. Now it's gone. Yeah, speaking of spirits and stuff though, I recently did have a very profound spiritual experience. And I wrote a song about it. And I want to share with you guys real quick before I get out of here. One more song.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, clap it up. Or don't. This morning, feeling differently. Maybe it's because last night I did ketamine. Not in my mouth or up my nose. I took that shit anally. That's the sound I was making. Thank you guys very much. Give it up for your host.
Your next comedian, I thought he came from Manhattan, New York, but he came from Manhattan Beach. Big difference. Funny guy, give it up for Mr. Rudy Cello.
Hi, I'm Rudy. No joke, my parents love the name so much they gave it to me 4 times. Really happy to be up here. The first time I tried stand-up comedy, I got my family kicked out of the Catholic Church. In front of priests, nuns, and parents, I told a joke at a Catholic school talent show about Santa coming down the chimney to check out my dad's hidden stash of dirty magazines. He was so pissed. 25 years later, and I'm still grounded. Right after the show, I got to go to my parents' house and go right to my room. My dad also made me go to college and get a job. And in college, I worked for a direct-to-consumer business. I delivered pizzas for Pizza Hut. So one night I made a delivery, really nice big house. Went up, knocked on the door. and these two extremely hot, slightly older women came out wearing full lingerie, and they were holding whips. And they straight up started whipping each other right in front of me. And all I could say was, that'll be $21, man. They paid me, I got back to my car, sat down, and then it hit me. I should have asked for $25. Seriously though, I should have known something was up when someone named Bambi called and ordered a quadruple sausage. I waited for weeks for Bambi to call back. She didn't. Hashtag missed opportunity. So after college, I decided to become a lawyer because I wanted to fight injustice. Actually, that's bullshit. I thought becoming a lawyer would help with the ladies. It didn't. I went to law school in Washington, D.C., and being from LA, D.C. reminded me a lot of Hollywood. Politicians there in D.C. are like movie stars, except for they're ugly and soulless, as opposed to Hollywood where they're just soulless. A lot of crazy things about being a lawyer. Been offered all kinds of things as payment over the years. Back in the day, someone tried to pay me in Bitcoin. Said, I don't know what Bitcoin is, but I take Beanie Babies. Hashtag another missed opportunity. Another crazy thing about being a lawyer is you realize there are a shit ton of laws out there. Like, who has time to read all of those laws? I don't. I'm still waiting for the video. Another thing about being a lawyer is people like to ask me for advice before they do crazy, stupid things. It's like I'm the prequel to a confessional. The other day, this guy asked me, he said, hey, can I get arrested for masturbating in church if I'm an atheist? I said, as long as you do it on a Tuesday or Thursday between 1 and 5 p.m., you're all good. There might be a law out there like that. I haven't read them all. This lady overheard I was a lawyer the other day, and she said, is it cheaper for me to divorce my husband or kill him? I gave her a typical lawyer answer. I said, it depends. She said, depends on what? I said, it depends on two things. The first thing is, can you pay me?
Right.
She said, I have a huge collection of Beanie Babies. I said, great. She said, what's the second thing? I said, it depends on if you get caught. See, crime and divorce, those are the sexy parts of the law. I do the boring stuff. I help roads, schools, colleges, universities, hospitals get built. I do municipal bonds. You see, and the look on all of your faces right now is the reason why becoming a lawyer did not help with the ladies. And I know what you're thinking. What the hell are municipal bonds, right? See, the problem is there are no TV shows about bond attorneys. I don't know why. That show would put you to sleep better than any Ambien would. You just turn on the TV, you'd see me buried underneath a mountain of documents, and you'd be like, we get serious on you right now. It was really, really hard to get a date as a bond attorney. Girls would be like, bonds? You into bondage? You freaky or something? And I'd be like, no, I do the boring type of bonds, the ones with principal and interest, and they would lose interest very, very quickly. But the other day, Bambi called me. She asked me about my bond skills. Hashtag finally. Thank you very much.
The sentiment, Rudy. I'm telling you, man. Bond, and it James Bond. Whole asshole. Okay, your next lady, she's also from LA. That would be Louisiana. I'm kidding. Right here, LA. Very funny. Give it up for Miss. Wait a minute. I had it in my brain. Wait, don't tell me. Wait, I know it's Darling. It's the last one. I gotta look at my phone, man. Man, I can't believe I just forgot that quick. I got it. There it is. Diana Darling. Sorry about that, Diana.
introduction. Yes, Diana Darling. Okay. I'm from Echo Park. Do you guys know where Echo Park is? It's here in LA. Yeah. It used to be like a really dangerous area, but now it's like it's really charming. They have these volunteers that come and they paint on the buildings. They're called gang members. Sweet kids, you know. Speak from a youth group or something. So I went to an all Latino school, and I'm part Latino. They had this name, it was so cute. It was, White Ass. White Ass, that was my name, White Ass. These guys, they were so funny, these kids. Oh my God, they were hilarious. They were always playing pranks on me. They'd call my house and be like, we're gonna kick your ass, White Ass. White Ass, we're gonna kick your white ass. Oh my God, and they'd really commit to the joke, because one time they actually did kick my white ass. It was so funny, oh my God. Then they couldn't call me white ass after that. It was pretty black and blue. So they just called me bitch ass. That was cute. I just lost 27 pounds. Thank you. I wanted to do one of those crash diets where, like, you know, you lose like 30 pounds in a month or something like that. But my doctor's like, no, it's not good to lose weight at a rapid pace. So I spread it out over 11 years. Okay. I think that's the healthy way, you know. So, you know, when I was younger, if ever I wanted to lose weight, it was always because I wanted to get a guy, you know? But then now I was like, you know what? I want to lose weight for me. I want to look good for me. I want to get healthy for me.
Good for you.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, turns out me doesn't care as much as I thought me would. Me is a bad influence on me. So, one of the reasons that I wanted to lose weight is because I noticed that, you know, I used to just get general compliments, and then when I gained weight, I would always get the same compliment. You have such a pretty face. So specific. Like, I don't go up to people, oh, I love your shoulder. So nice. Don't tell her she's pretty. She might get the wrong idea. Just the face. Stick to the face. So I started working out at this place called The Camp, boot camp. And I get there and they're like, oh, you know, it's always the same. It smells like sweat and torture, you know. You walk in and the trainer's like, we're gonna warm up with 100 burpees. And I was like, do you have a modification? He's like, you can do 100 jumping jacks. I'm like, do you have a modified modification? He's like, you can go get us some coffee. I'm like, that's a workout I can do. And then, you know, so like it's all these like jumping jacks and squats and all this. After a while, I'm like, do I really need to work out? Like, people say I have a pretty face. Not enough. So then the trainer's always like, you know, when you feel like quitting, remember why you started. I'm like, well, gee, it's kind of hard to think when I just got hit in the head with my own back fat. I was going to tell you guys something else. You know, I have this brain injury from my back fat, so I'm still trying to recover. I remember, like, after the first 3 pounds, I was like, I look good. Let's just quit while I'm behind, you know. I started like posting before and after on Facebook. I was like, before and after. I thought everyone's gonna be like, how'd you do it? They were like, you forgot to put the after. So I had this guy that ghosted me like 3 years ago, and he started calling me again. After he saw my pictures on Facebook, and I was like, "You had your chance 3 pounds ago." So, the worst is when you get ghosted by someone that, like, you don't even like, It's like, I lower my standards to give you a chance. You turn around and dump me. I don't think so, Because this is, to me, like going on an audition for a part that I don't want, and now I feel bad about not getting it. I'm like, oh, you don't want me to be in your hemorrhoids commercial? Like, I can't play hemorrhoids, girl? Have you seen this rump? It was made for hemorrhoids, okay? Just to be clear, I don't have hemorrhoids. But I could, given the opportunity. I have the best mom, you guys. She's so great. She's actually been staying with me while she's been recovering from the hip surgery that she had 4 years ago. No, she's really sweet. But I have to watch her because she is, she's a little too trusting. Like, I came home and she was like, "Honey, the computer says I want a free iPad." I was like, "Mom, that's a scam. They get your information, they steal your identity." And my mom was like, "Well, that's terrible. But at least they give you a free iPad." And I took my mom to the Comedy Store, and this guy was hitting on her. And he's like, can I buy your mom a drink? And I was like, "Sure, just don't put a roofie in it." And my mom was like, "Wait, hold on. What's a roofie?" I'm like, roofie is a drug that guys use to get you wasted and take advantage of you. My mom's like, "Oh, the men these days. I'll have a Merlot with 2 roofies, please." Guys, I'm Diana Darling. Thank you so much. You guys have been great.
I don't believe we're free in America. I think we're haunted by our history of racial inequality. We're burdened by this legacy created by slavery and lynching and segregation. And whether you're born in 2017 or 1930, you are affected by the environment that we have created by being silent. I don't think slavery ended in 1865. I think it evolved. We had mobs of thousands of people gathering in courthouse yards, in fields, and doing horrific things to people, and we haven't done anything to acknowledge that. It is American history, and for us to recover from that violence, from that terrorism, we all have to know it, and we have to talk about it. I think it will compel us to think differently about what we need to do to correct the past, to address the past, but also how we make a better future.
Right, Thursday night.
Let's go. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, yeah, everybody now. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, yeah, everybody. Let's go. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, yeah, everybody now. Can we mix? Everybody. Yeah, yeah, everybody now. Let's go. Yeah, are we living in the now? Yeah.
Your next performer came all the way from Australia, from Chicago, Connecticut, and all of them St. Thomas, my hometown right there.
Let's go.
Your next comedian came all the way from New York City. She's here tonight because she wanted to be. Give it up for Miss Amy Milano.
I recently got to do a film with Will Ferrell. Do you guys know him? Yeah. Yeah, thank you. He's Jamaican. It was technically like a straight to video because I was actually the clown at his kid's birthday party. But somebody was videotaping it. So if you watch the video, seriously, you can watch. Will Ferrell was walking through the room while I was performing. Just go to YouTube/Will Ferrell plays an extra in Amy Milano film. You can see it there. So it's pretty cool. But I'll be honest with you guys. I find I'm just gonna skip right to it. Dating, anybody dating? I find dating really difficult, mostly because of my husband. I'm gonna be honest, yeah. I recently imported him from Scotland. And that's true because I was just done dating in LA. Like I was Tindering around the world, met my husband on Tinder, it works. And I got him in before Trump got in office, so don't worry. But it was cool because he was looking, the timing was kind of perfect. Like he was looking for a place in LA, you know, and they had just turned off my electricity. So kind of worked out really well. And it really works out well because we never fight because I don't understand a single word he says. Because, you know, he's Scottish. But he's like, you want your fish supper, you cheeky wee bugger? That just means honey, dinner's ready. So... But yeah, he's really cool. I always say I wanted a guy, you know, who gets me, who understands me, you know, and who's like okay with the fact that I don't want to work. But I told him, I said, my dream is just to be like a stay-at-home mom with no kids. You know what I mean? That's kind of my thing. But yeah, it was fun though. Before I got married, I would party a lot. Like I would be the girl that would go out and go home with a drummer. You know, then drink too much tequila, find out, oh my God, the next day, this guy was not even a drummer. He was a Chinese guy having dinner. That's a lot of tequila. But I'll leave you with this, guys. You know, if you're in your 20s, it's okay. You're young, right? You can get away with stuff in your 20s. You can like lose your shoe and your boyfriend or whatever. When you're a little bit older, your friends will throw you these parties called like interventions. And they're not fun, people, so be safe out there. My name's Amy Milano. Thank you so much.
Amy Milano. Okay, your last performer, very talented. He came all the way from, where did Amir come from? Came from LA too? Atlanta. Oh, Atlanta, that's right. He came all from Atlanta. I knew it was somewhere out of town. Hey, my bad. Hey, I remember his name. Give it up for the very famous Amir Kabiri. There we go. I remember the city, but I got the name.
Yo, give it up one more time for Jeff. How you guys doing? Good. Awesome, awesome. It's good to be here. How many relationships we got in here? Make some noise. Nobody. It's a sad group of people. All right. We're looking for love, right? We're all looking for love?
Yes, sir.
Good. Awesome, man. I'm out of a relationship now. I just got out of a relationship recently. And honestly, I'm done. Like, I don't even flirt with girls anymore. I'm done. I made up my mind recently at a Starbucks. I went to a Starbucks. I saw a black dude flirt with a girl so good that I'm done. He came up to this girl. He was like, hey, where you from? She was like, I'm from Nicaragua. He was like, nice, Brazil. What the hell? Dude, you know how much confidence it takes to be that wrong? Never been to the Middle East before. I was like, what are you talking about? Dude, I don't have that kind of confidence. You know, somebody recently told me that I don't look like a guy who's looking for sex. That's a weird thing to say to somebody. It bothered me. You know why? Because it's true. I don't look like a guy who's looking for sex. I look like a guy who's looking for the Wi-Fi password. I don't know, I just came out looking like I ran out of data or some shit. Come on, Sprints, I don't know. I'm done though, really. I'm out of a relationship. I don't mess around on this new online dating stuff. Everybody's on online dating. For me, it's not a new thing. I never liked this stuff. All the way back, like, what was it? Do you guys remember? For me, it started with this thing called chat roulette. Do you guys remember that? Yeah, some of you don't even remember. This is old, man. It's like the first Tinder. Chat roulette. Basically, it was this thing. It was this webcam. You get on a webcam and you talk to somebody completely random. And if you don't like that person, you just hit next. You get a totally different random person. But it's always like some dude just jerking off, like every single time. I know. Trust me, I didn't do that. It was gross. One time I hit next and I got this big, naked, fat dude just going to work, just working on himself. And I was like, ugh. and I went to hit next, but he hit next first. Hurt my feelings. I was disgusted, but part of me was like, you didn't even give me a chance. Hard to deal with that, man. I don't know. Like he was saying, I'm from Atlanta. I came all the way here from Atlanta like 12 years ago. I'm from the South, man. My parents, they're immigrants. They immigrated a long time ago, and then they moved to the South. I don't know why. Because, you know, immigrants, you can pick where you go. My grandfather, he left the country in a time of war. He was like, we're leaving for a better life. It's amazing. He's like, we're going to America. Fantastic. And he's like, we're going to the South. What the hell? I was upset about it, man. I don't know, man. But I live in LA now. I love LA. LA is a beautiful place. I love it out here because everybody's so chill, you know. I travel a little bit, and I realize how much I love LA when I travel because I miss it, you know what I mean? I went to New York recently. Anybody here from New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're from New York. Yeah, man, you're a nice guy, you're from New York, but you're a nice guy. Usually New Yorkers are intense, you know? Somebody shouting from the back. Yeah, from Brooklyn. That kind of guy. Yeah, people are intense. That's why I could never live in New York. New York's, it's a beautiful city, but it's too intense for me. It's like the opposite city. For me in LA, you tell people you do comedy, people are like, tell me a joke. In New York, you tell people you do comedy, people are like, let me tell you a fucking joke. Take a seat. Why are you gonna be so intense? I don't get it. My buddy from New York, he moved to LA. When he got here, we all got together, we went out, we got some food, and he ordered a bagel, and then he got angry. He ordered a bagel, he's like, hold on. You telling me that you think this is a fucking bagel? Hey. He got super Italian all of a sudden. He was the weirdest Pakistani I ever saw. He was like, hey, Tony Gambino, hi everybody, come here. This motherfucking guy, this guy thinks that I'm stupid. I was like, Kerpal, relax. This is a taco truck. They don't even sell bagels here. You jerk. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough to be Middle Eastern for like another couple years. With stuff we got to deal with. We got to deal with problems that most white people never even think about. You know what I mean? Like our immigrant parents, sometimes they mix up words, changes the entire meaning. If you're Middle Eastern, you need to know the difference between the words plan and plot. Those are two separate words. The other day I was talking to my dad. I was like, Dad, are we still on for brunch? He was like, let's plot for Sunday. You can't say that. People think you're gonna blow up the restaurant. He told his travel agent that he always wanted to see New York City. He was like, we've been plotting for years. You gotta keep your mouth shut, man. Jesus Christ. So bad. I don't know, I can't see without my glasses. I don't know. Just gotta keep going until somebody says, stop it! Yeah, I'm originally from Atlanta, man. I grew up in Atlanta, and my parents, they put me in a I went to a Christian private school. I don't even know if my parents knew that. I was like, I don't know, it looks like a school, just go there. And I grew up there, I wanted to play basketball. That's what I wanted to do with my life. Shut up. Yeah, I want to do that with my life until I didn't grow anymore. I wanted to play basketball. And it was funny playing basketball at the Christian school, because like they would always bring God into it in the weirdest time. Like we'd be down at halftime, my coach would be like, you guys are playing piss poor. Now let's have a prayer. It's like, this feels weird. One time we got our asses kicked by the Jewish school. We played the Jewish school. We got beat so bad. My coach was furious, but like he couldn't show his racism. He's like, you guys are losing to a bunch of kids with allergies and asthma inhalers. I was like, I don't think you can say that, man. I don't know. All right, guys, that's it for me. My name's Amir Kabiri. Give it up for your host, man. Thank you guys. You guys have been great.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have to go out there and plot for another show. Funny stuff, man. So y'all have fun? Yeah. Woo. Good. Tell your friends we're here once a month. Once a month. The third Thursday. A Thursday in the month. Okay, just look for us on Pasadena Media TV or Thursday Night Live. We're there. Tell your friends. That's it. Big hand for everyone y'all saw tonight. I'm your host.
Okay. Every time there's a joke tonight, I heard, okay. It's like,